pronounced at the lotus feet of our most beloved Bhagavan, dear brothers and sisters. This morning's topic is, what is it? What is it is the topic for this morning's talk. We generally ask, what is it that is the cause for my agony? What is it that is the cause for my anguish? What is it that is the cause for my misery? What is the cause for this family? What is it that is the cause for sense of fear, anxiety, worry? Why? What is the cause? So let's try to explore and investigate the answer to these questions. The cause for family, the reason for fear, anxiety, misery, hatred, anger. Why? And how to get out of it. And what is the role of a guru here? How does he help me to know the main cause? And what shall I do now to get out of this fear, anxiety, worry, problems? What should I do? Unless I know the cause, how can I work out to get out of them? How do I know the formula to get out of them? That's the topic for this morning. My friends, we shall try to answer these questions one after one, try to delve deep into the subject. I'm particularly grateful for this group as it is helping us to go deep and deeper into the subject than to get ourselves satisfied with the superficial things, the supernatant points that we know. This is really a true satsang, where you and I join together, go deep into the problem and try to understand the cause and the remedy as well. Most of you, most of us, all of us, no exception, love ourselves. I love myself more than anybody. So also you. I don't think that we love anyone more than our own selves. I love myself. Why? I do not know. What is the reason? I do not know. What is happening? I love myself. That's all. But when I love you, there is some reason. I love you for a favor from you. I love you for company. Because I'm feeling lonely. I'm feeling isolated. I'm feeling neglected. I'm feeling forsaken. I need somebody. So I love you for my company. I love you for your help. I love you because I have a favor to be obliged by you. So to love somebody, you have a cause, you have a reason. To love your own self, there is no reason. So the only thing is, my friends, if I am able to love everybody as I love myself, that is called the divine love. That is the vast expanse of love. That is the infinity of love. So that kind of love we have to cultivate by and by. What is the reason that I don't love everybody as much as I love? As Jesus said, love thy neighbor as thyself. Why don't I love my neighbor as I love myself? Why? Meaning there must be something wrong with me. Something wrong with me. A defect in me. And I should work out to be free from that defect. Love is there, but it is focused. It is self-centered. It is not all-encompassing. It is not limitless. It is limited. What is the defect? I should try to get over it. The mistake lies with my buddhi or intellect. Buddhi or intellect is self-centered. It is not expansive. It has not yet reached the infinity. It has not yet learned that vastness, that which is limitless, that which is without boundaries. This is the first point which I would like to share with you this pleasant morning. The second point is this. When anything happens positive in life, when anything happens leading to success, we run and grab to receive the credit to ourselves. Why you got gold medal? Don't you know how I studied? Don't you know how I worked hard? Do you know why I am successful in business? Understand my honesty, my sincerity, my planning, my ability, my capacity, oh yeah. So I'm ready to grab all my success. I'm ready to own all my achievements. I stand as the champion for all my attainments. Okay, understandable. But when anything happens negative, when anything leading to a failure, when anything is a total flop, what do? I don't take the responsibility. My friend did it. My gang of opponents did it. God himself is responsible. God is negligent. God is indifferent. God is merciless. God seems to have forgotten the sense of justice nowadays. He seems to be enjoying the weekend. He seems to be on a holiday. So I am a failure. So it's very interesting. It happens in the life of everybody. Success, mine. Failure, yours. This is a universal feeling or a sentiment without an exception. Why I say that? Why I call a thing a failure? Why? What is a failure? If we just understand, failure is that I don't like to happen. I don't like it to happen, therefore I say it is a failure. When I like it to happen, it is a success. When all Pakistanis are killed, it is a success. To an Indian, when all Indians are killed, it is a success to Pakistanis. So you like those people to die. You like your people to survive. I like my neighbor to fail successfully in the examination. I like that I only should pass, not other fellows, no. If they also pass, who will congratulate me? So that maximum fellows fail, so that I will be singular in receiving felicitations. Therefore, my friends, let us understand the failure is nothing but the one you do not like. Success is nothing but what you like. Then once we analyze like that, if we go deeper into psychology, what you like today, you may not like later. Well, I like movies as a student, as a boy, in my youth, movie cinemas, go around, watch cinemas, heroes, and watch heroines there, their beauty. Imagine myself as a hero. Yes. Would like to go in rain, as hero also started running in rain. But that fellow will never catch cold. But I catch cold and influenza also. There, the hero goes on teasing the heroine successfully. Here, when I tease anybody, I'll be arrested because of Eve teasing. But I'm happy to watch films and imagine myself as a promising prospective hero. Today, it's a matter of shame to think of all those likes of those days. All of us, open-heartedly, can say, these things I like, those things. We can't say that. We are not proud of our likes of those days. We are not proud of them. We want to forget them and amuse ourselves now and then by recalling, seeing our son repeating same. So my friends, the likes and dislikes are not same. What you dislike, going to a temple at the age of 25, I don't like it. Only to please my father and mother, I may go to a church. To please my parents, I may go to a temple. Dislike. But to go to casino, wow, I like it. So today, going to a temple, well, is a paradise. Temple is a solace to me. Church is comforting, rewarding, promising. So today, I like temple going. Those days, I didn't like going to temple. Now tell me, my friends, what is a success? What is a failure now? A success at one time is a failure later. A failure at one time is a success later. So success and failure are not absolute. They are only relative. They are only comparative. They depend upon our state of mind, the norms of the society, the conditions prevailing there. Well, in earlier days, I felt like running after Swami's car like anything. Running and running. And today, I can't run for age factor. I was romantic then, so I could run. I'm romantic now, I cannot run. I thought running is sadhana in those days. Today, I find that running is meaningless. Because I was running on the street on those days. Today, I should run within myself. I should run to reach Him within. I ran to reach Him without. Because I run after His car outside and tell everybody, I see the car. And Swami looking at me through the glass pan, he looked at me only. Wow! So when I see outside, I have a claim. To see Him outside, I have an achievement. It is ego fulfilling. But when I see Him within, to whom should you say I have seen Him within? When you experience Him within, whom would you tell? So now my standards are different from those standards. Those days I used to count my number of trips to Prashanti Nilayam and years of my acquaintance with Swami and the intensity of closeness with Him in those days. If anyone says, this is my first visit, my immediate response was, this is my 100th visit. If anyone says that he received vibhuti, my immediate response was, I received infinite number of times. So my calculation in those days are different. And today, my parameters are different. Years have gone by. Days after days are rolling. Aging, year after year passing by. Oh Lord, what is it I have achieved? What is it I have attained? What is it I have experienced? What is it I have given up? What is it I have acquired? Am I a better human being now? Am I a better devotee now? Am I close to you, my Lord, within you, within me? Oh Lord, do I have a place in your heart? Oh Lord, do I see you in my heart? These are the questions today. So my friends, the failure and success, the achievement and attainment at one time are not necessarily same letter. This has to be clearly understood because they go on changing from time to time. The third point is this. All of us say that we are tired of our families. Many people say, same family, same life, get up in the morning, go to bed at night, same routine. It is really terrible. it is really horrible, but it is an ungrateful statement. If I tell my family same thing, that I am vexed with the family, that family life is terrible and horrible, what would be the reaction? The housewife will immediately say, you have been eating breakfast, tea, lunch and dinner for 45 years and now you say, family is terrible. It is horrible to say that. You have been enjoying your children and you have brought them up. You feel proud of them. And now you say, I am tired of my family. It is an ungrateful statement. It is a thankless statement. It is ridiculous. It is hypocritic. So what is family, my friends? Family is wife and children? No. Many people have families. People speak of 7 rishis, Sapta rishis. Sapta rishis, 7 saints. They are all in the form of stars there, superstars. All of them are married. All of them have their families. No rishi said, I am bored with my family. No rishi said, I am vexed with my family. So we have to define what family is now. What is samsara? Samsara, family, what is it? Wife and children? No. Family meaning, according to Ramana Maharshi, the most favorite saint to all of us, Ramana Maharshi. He says, family is nothing but to be caught in the cycle of birth and death. To be caught in the cycle of birth and death is family, not wife and children. I may be a bachelor, I may be a celibate, I may be unmarried, yet I am caught in the cycle of birth and death. I am a samsari. So long we are in this cycle, one is a samsari, a householder. So it is our duty to get out of this cycle of birth and death. Then you are a true brahmachari, a celibate. Brahmachari meaning chari, the one who moves along Brahma, the reality. The one who moves along the path of Brahma is brahmachari. Not for the simple reason that he is unmarried, for the reasons best known to him, that no one is prepared to marry him, so no option than to remain unmarried. So that marriage or not getting married, nothing to do with the spirituality, nothing to do with the religion. This kind of bondage of samsara, this sort of attachment of samsara or family, and the cycle of birth and death is samsara, is bondage, is family, not the wife and the children. That has got to be understood clearly. Nowadays we find Bhagavan not talking as he used to. He is not talking to anybody, you must have noticed. At least for the last 6 or 7 years, his interaction with people is less and less. Least, I would say. This he openly said. Some people feel that I am not talking to them. That's what he said in a discourse. Why do you feel that I am not talking to you? I am not talking to anybody. So that you need not feel jealous of those with whom he talked. I am not talking to anybody. So why do you feel that I am not talking to you? If he talks today, it is 100% purposeful, need-oriented, administrative-oriented, focused, that's all. Or else he doesn't talk. How am I to understand Lord's silence today? Oh Bhagavan, I enjoyed your eloquence then. I pray to you to allow me, to make me fit enough to enjoy your silence also. Baba's eloquence is as powerful as Baba's silence. Baba's eloquence was periodical, now and then. His eloquence is a message conveyed, but his silence has greater depth. The silence is more profound. The eloquence is time-bound. His silence is beyond time. His eloquence is restricted to space, Sai Hall, or college auditorium. But his silence is beyond space. His silence is beyond time. His silence is eternal, continuous. Eloquence is not continuous and eternal. Therefore, my friends, Baba's message to all of us is to travel from eloquence to silence. Eloquence is sound, while silence is soundless. Eloquence is full of words, silence is wordless. Eloquence is articulation, silence is depth, silence is profundity. Eloquence is thought-provoking, silence is action-oriented. Eloquence is informative, silence is transformational. My brothers and sisters, these are my thoughts as I think of Baba's silence today. If we do not understand Baba's silence in this context, in a correct direction, we lose our spirits. If we go on depending on outward words, outward gestures, outward talk, outward proximity, continuously, we end up in frustration. We'll be in depression. We'll be disappointed. That should never happen. God forbid, my friends. It should never happen. The worst thing, the worst of the things that could ever happen is disappointment because of his silence. Hopelessness because of his silence. That should never happen, God forbid. Because silence is a better communication than eloquence. Silence is communion, while eloquence is communication. Eloquence is verbal, while silence is the rhythm and the tune of our heart. So silence is an elevation. Eloquence leads to silence. Simple example. A person, Baba, talks to us so nicely. We recall those days of talking to Swami. Today, we recall them in silence. We recapitulate. We bring back to memory. We relive those days in silence, which is everlasting, which is a permanent, indelible impression on the sands of our memory. Impressions. Impression will take you away from depression. Therefore, Baba's eloquence should leave an impression for us to enjoy his silence. Therefore, my friends, our journey today is to a point of silence of Bhagavan. Swami is not talking today as much as he used to. Supposing if I'm in charge of one activity, Swami may talk to me. And you all feel Anil Kumar is lucky, Swami has spoken to him. What did he speak? You have spoiled the program. What did he speak? It is my mistake to have kept you in charge of this. Because his talk is administrative. His talk is administrative oriented, organizational, nothing to do with the elevation of your soul or the spirit. The elevation of your soul, the feeling of awakening, the identity with the inner consciousness will happen in silence. What do you like now? Administrative communication or spiritual elevation? Is it administrative, instructional, verbal talk, or elevating, transformational, inspiring, spiritual, inner voice, the silence? I was so happy when Bhagavan was speaking about the inner voice in his latest discourse. Kindly recall what all he said about inner voice in the latest talk. Perhaps he wants us to listen to him, inner voice. But we are not aware of any inner voice at all, because we are engrossed in outer noise. Outer noise. The TV sets are never switched off. TV set is 24-hour busy. Radios, transistors, recorders, 24 hours busy. These things are brought forward even in our dreams. In a TV program, we see how a heroine is harassed by the hero. Same thing repeated in a dream. On the street, we find two people fighting, noise, people shouting. Same thing is brought forward in a dream, noise. Where is silence? What is silence? It is something very strange to us. Silence is foreign, alien, new, mysterious, unknown, peculiar, inexperienced. We have not known silence. So the one who has not known the silence, how do you expect me to learn from Baba's silence? I am not silent. When I am not silent, how can I learn from his silence? Therefore, the time has come that we have to qualify ourselves. To get admission to a postgraduate university, I should qualify myself with a degree, undergraduate degree, with high scores, so as to be eligible to get admitted to a university. Therefore, to enjoy Swami's silence, let me be silent first. To receive his message as he is silent, let me listen to his voice as my inner voice. This is the correct direction, is the correct way of introspection. This is the correct conclusion that we arrive at as we make self-assessment or self-evaluation today, depending upon the situation we are in. In fact, somebody said about Ramana Maharshi, Ramana Maharshi's communication, Ramana Maharshi's communion is always by silence. Ramana Maharshi's message is conveyed in silence. Ramana Maharshi is experienced in silence. Mauna Vyakhya Prakatita Brahma. Mauna, silence, Vyakhya, interpretation, Prakatita, expression, Brahma, the reality. Brahman, the reality, is expressed in a state of silence. That's what Ramana Maharshi said. Therefore, Bhagavan wants us to bring a kind of spiritual transformation, a spiritual evolution, spiritual progress, to enjoy his silence today. Why can't we smile watching him silent? I don't smile unless he looks at me. I don't smile unless he talks to me only. Gone are the days, my friends, brothers and sisters. It is all Maya or illusion. All that outer is Maya, illusion. Let us have the reality in the depth of silence. That is what Ramana Maharshi, speaking about Ramana Maharshi, somebody said this: Mauna, silence is gold. Silence is gold. Expression by words is silver. Thank God they didn't say copper or bronze. Good. It is valuable. So silence is gold, golden. So do you want gold or silver? Naturally, let us go for gold, which is more valuable. Don't you think so? If you don't, please check with your wife. She will tell you, "Are a fool, don't you know this much?" She will see to it that it will get into our mind. So, my friends, silence of Bhagavan is gold, which is most precious for everybody. And today, what should be our aim, my friends? What should be our aim? We have been struggling very hard till now for all recognitions. I really pity those who crossed 70, 75, craving for recognition. I really feel very sad for those who are nearing 80, fighting for first row seats in darshan line. I cannot forget a situation yesterday evening. I saw two elderly people, crossed 80, fighting for a seat in the front row. One gentleman usually sits there, but yesterday evening it so happened, another elderly person who got his eye operated with all bandage, he sat there finding it vacant. The regular, usual, casual, permanent occupant is pushing him and shouting at him. Both are above 80. Both have seniority of 30 to 40 years of stay here. What should I tell them? What message they convey to others? My friends, this is all Maya. Maya is nothing but outer interaction. Maya is nothing but outer vanity. The day when we come out of that Maya, we are realized. Till then we'll be restless. Till then we'll be worried. Till then we'll be oscillating, vacillating, receiving slashes and lashes, bumps and jumps from the nature, unavoidable, inescapable. What is all due to? What is all due to? The only, my friends, I know the time up, but yet, after all, still time. I'm still aware of your canteen times as well. I know. But since there is less of crowd, we don't have to push each other. I know that today is not pizza day, so you are not in a hurry either. My friends, usually one question will have one answer. As a teacher, I can say that. A fellow cannot write two answers for one question and make it an examination again to me. When I say choose one of the two, he will say I have written two answers, choose one of the two. Can he say that? In those days, long back when I was a new entrant as a lecturer, perhaps better looking in those days. And I gave a question asking the boys to write down a question on the stem, the cross section of the stem, the transverse section of the stem, so that they'll write all the parts. One fellow wrote two. Root this side, stem that side, and a rectangular form. Stem that side, root this side. Question is on the stem. I called that fellow and said, why have you written root when I asked you to write down the stem? Sir, choose that and give me marks. Why are you worried about the root? You said, in the question paper, you say either or. So, either or, root or stem, what is that? You marks for this. Then I asked with all the love, boy, I can understand. So like between us, I will certainly give you more marks than you deserve. But let me know why you have done it. He said, sir, since I don't remember stem apart from the root, unless I write root points also, I cannot recall stem points. Therefore, I have written both for you to choose one. Therefore, there is some logic in what that. Those days, really, I amused myself. And one fellow, of course, just, it's not a joke, it's a reality, but that has become a joke of late as I think of that incident. One fellow brought some paper to copy in the examination hall. Well, naturally, I went there and saw that. That is a slip concerning botany. But that day is zoology examination. Alright, today zoology examination, why do you copy the botany slip? Copy is bad, of course. But you brought something, whatever. He said, since you have given questions as you thought, I am writing answers as I brought. I write answers as I brought. And you give questions as you thought. So tit for tat. My boy, you are quite smart. So similarly, my friends, surprisingly enough, shockingly enough, unbelievably enough, mysterious enough, unexpectedly enough, in spirituality, only one answer for several questions. In spirituality, only one answer for several questions. But in the world, each question has got its own answer. 5 questions, 5 answers. Cannot be one answer. 5 questions I have written, one answer, give me 60%. I cannot say that. Now, my friends, what is the point here? What do I want to convey? All our miseries, all our anxieties, all our problems, whole of our sadness, the shocks in our family life, the jolts I received in my profession, failure which I don't want to think of, success as I feel quite often proud of. All these things, different questions. Answer is one word: ignorance. One word answer: ignorance is the answer for all these questions. Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi, the best one to give not one sentence answers, one word answers. One word answers, the teacher who gives one word answer is Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi. So our ignorance is the cause for all the success and the failure. So this ignorance, what is ignorance then? Do I know ignorance? I don't know. Because we are quite happy with our ignorance. Yes. Very happy, comfortable with ignorance. What is ignorance first? Ignorance is to think that which is not true as the reality. To think that my shadow is the reality is ignorance. Shadow is not me. I and my shadow are different. As I was walking, my shadow fell on some stones. My shadow fell on some gutters and some slum areas. What? Am I angry? You are not in gutters, thank God. Be happy. So when my shadow falls on the stones, do I feel the pain? No. Just as you feel so bad looking at your shadow as a reality is the very definition of ignorance. Ignorance is something considering it to be true, which is not at all true, which is false. Therefore, this ignorance, my friends, is the cause, is responsible for all our misery. My grandfather used to tell his experiences in his younger days. Those that speak of the past, you can take it from me, including the self here, a sign of advancing age. Oh, this fellow is growing old, therefore he is speaking of the past. That's one first railway signal of old age. So my grandfather used to speak of his experiences. Since he went to a drama, there in the drama, Harishchandra character, a role, was put to so many difficulties by one fellow, by Nakshatraka. Nakshatraka, one character, has put Harishchandra, the king, into so many difficulties. Since one angry man, after half an hour, could not control his emotions. He ran to the dais, took out his slipper, bent that Nakshapaka, that's it. That fellow with folded hands, he said, sir, this is drama, sir, we are friends. Why do you beat me like, you survived? You put that fellow so many. Same thing is happening in our life. Same thing is happening in our life. Baba said, any number of times we can think of that beautiful statement of Bhagavan again and again, time and again, every day. What is that statement? This is the daydream, that is the night dream. Both are dreams. When I cry here, it is a dream. When I cry there, equally a dream. Supposing you find me crying, you will ask me, Anil Kumar, why are you crying? I lost 1 crore. 1 crore? You have got 1 coat, not crore. No, where is that one? In my dream. In my dream, I am a millionaire. I lost it, therefore I am crying here. What do you say? Enough is enough. Please come back to your senses. Better. Before it is too late. So, similarly, my friends, do you cry for loss of the property, for loss of your belongings, for loss of all your people in a dream as you are awake? No. Similarly, we should not cry for the loss of articles of the people or belongings of that day. Both are dreams as well. So, to take it as real is ignorance. Which is false. The falsity is taken as truth. The false is considered to be true. This kind of false identification is ignorance. So, my friends, the quintessence, the essence, the summary, one-word answer to the question of all our miseries, of all the happenings, of all the shocks and the bumps that we receive in life, brickbats and bouquets, the main cause is ignorance. So ignorance has to go. Where is that ignorance? Oh, let me kill that ignorance. Where is it? I got a strong poison. I'll give this poison to ignorance so that you'll die immediately. What time I can meet ignorance, Mr. Ignorance? Bhajan time? Where is he? Is he near Samadhi Road? Or is he available in a shop or please give me his lodge address so that I'll go there and finish him. My friends, that ignorance is in me. That ignorance is within me. Oh, I say, when it is there, why do I not know? All that is outside I know. That inside I do not know. That is Maya. It is illusion. Illusion meaning that which is not you see, that which is you do not see. What a tragedy it is. The reality is inside, I don't see. All this falsity, all false I see. This is Maya. Therefore, ignorance is within me, that it has to get out from me, within me. When there is ignorance here, I cannot search for ignorance outside. When I have a headache, I can't have the ointment to my joints. Why are you applying ointment there? I have a headache now. Oh, very good. Very good. So similarly, when ignorance is within me, I should make an attempt to get out of it within myself. That is done in a state of silence. Silence will help us to get out of the Maya, to get out of the clouds of darkness, to get out of the thickness of the darkness of ignorance. Silence is the light. Silence is the light that dispels the darkness of ignorance. That is the message of silence of Sai as I observed today. Thank you very much for being with us this morning. May Bhagavan bless all of you. Thank you very much for being here. Silence. Asato ma sagamaya Ramaso ma yogi gamaya mrityo ma amritam gamaya Sai Baba Ji ki Jai. Jai Bolo Bhagwan Sri Satsang Baba Ji ki Jai. God bless you.